I wrote a record for Usher. The song came out. At the time, the song streamed 70 million.
That's a lot.
That's not $70 million. And here's the mathematics. 70 million streams. I own 25% of the songs. And it's $3,000 per million stream. It's 3,000 times 70. So $210,000, right? It's math. The numbers got to make sense. I'm waiting on a song for 2 years. Based on the royalty rate that Spotify pays the publishers. There's two types of money in records. There's publishing money, that's writing, and then there's performance money. That wasn't my voice. I'm just on the publishing side. So that $210,000.
So, okay. So just to give you a heads up, what he's discussing is splits. And depending on where you fit in with your splits, that's going to determine how much you're going to get paid. But so most of you producers and artists or watchers know that already. For those of you who don't know, that's basically what he's talking about. But I don't like where this is going.
That song made had to be bust down. My take on that 210 was $1,500. And if I'd have put that song out myself and only had 3 million streams, I'd have made 10,000. I said, I'm done. I washed my hands.
This is why it's important for artists, or if you're a songwriter, or if you're a producer, to have your contracts out written with the song. If somebody hits you up to tell you they want to work with you with a song, you both need to decide what is the plan for the song and what is the rollout plans for the song. And especially to my producers, don't get too caught up if an artist hits you up and like, yeah, let's get on the song, let's chop it up, let's go ahead and do that. The problem with that is, and I've had this happen to me a few times, to the part where if I was to ever to get back to selling music again to different artists, is okay, what's the plan of the rollout with this? And it's not fair for the artist to just roll out a song and there's no promise of, and the promise of funds is so minimal by the time the record comes out. The fact that this man waited 2 years to get 1,500, I want y'all to think about that for a second. A lot of you who are watching this video right now could make that in 2 weeks at a 9 to 5. A lot of you who are watching right now could make $1,500 so easy, especially in 2025 right now. To make that in a span of 2 years is literally saying $750 a year. If he would have put that out himself and literally rely, and that's just off streams. This isn't talking about putting this up as a single for your fans to buy for $1 a piece. This is relying off Spotify. He could have had so much more. If he would have did it himself, he used Bandcamp and pushed it himself, he could have made that 10,000. He could have made 10,000 or 1,000 so much faster, because if you have over 3 million streams, you get even just what, a 1% of that. 1% of that is what 30,000? $30,000 could have been made off just 1%. If 10% bought, $300,000 could have been made off that song. Let's keep watching.
I was like, this is dumb. You know how hard it is to get these songs on these people who put it out on their own time? The artists who have their own vision for it? For your livelihood to be dependent on somebody else that you don't control or influence, impact, or have a relationship with, and it's not even your worth. You're not even getting paid your weight in salt. I wrote a record for Usher. The song came out. At the time, the song...
So, yeah, let's talk about this. So, shout out to Jazz Pho. I will have a link in the description for you all to follow them. And shout out to St. John for his take on this. Yeah, that's wild that it took 2 years for that song of Usher to come out. And that's a problem when you're, and it's not even to blame Usher. That's the problem when you're working with people who have to answer to other people. Because that's what this case is. This is what happens when you don't necessarily have the full control. This is kind of like why I don't really like dealing with corporate when it comes to the music and the creativity side of it, because it sucks out the creative nature. Sometimes when you write a song, it's probably for that moment. It's probably for what's happening in that season. And if you gotta wait until somebody else is ready to put it out, what if the season is gone? What if the moment had escaped. Then the song now dates itself, and when you release it, when it's released now from you, it doesn't have the hype or the energy that you probably had when you first released it. Because, and that's another thing, when you release it with the energy that when you first had, it hits different. Like, I've seen my friends who release songs when they want to release it. It hits different. It hits different when it's in the moment. That's why even now, when you look at some of the songs that people have been making as of late, and they're independent, it hits different because they don't have to answer to nobody. So I'm going to leave it here. Definitely, if you are a producer, a songwriter, or an artist, do what you can to have your own autonomy where you can release the songs on your time. And if you all can, if anything, have it in writing when the song needs to be released. If you put down the verses and someone had the beat and everything, the songwriting process is done. The beat, if the beat is made, here's the thing, and I'll throw this in there. If you need to get an original beat, so you have to worry about clearance of samples. Because the clearing of samples could probably hold up some things. Get an original beat, get everything approved, and push it out immediately. Mixing and mastering at most could probably just take a week. I'll say a week, so because you give yourself a day to record, make the beat and everything, put it all down, give it a few days to mix it down so your ears can be trained to mix it well, and then put the song out. So those are my thoughts. But if you don't know, my name is Avidan Smith, and I help creatives like you find your unique sound and live a purpose-driven life. If you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe button. Most of all, you make sure you share this with a friend. Catch you on the next one. Peace. Don't mean to interrupt your video. I promise this won't take long. Have you heard of Melodics? If you haven't, I want you to take a look at this. Melodics is a learning tool that helps music producers learn how to finger drum better, play the keyboard better, or even use electronic drums better. This is something that if you are serious about your music production journey and you want to separate yourself from people who don't know music theory or who don't know how to play the keyboard or who don't know how to finger drum, this is for you. I would highly recommend buying this. I have a link down below. It is an affiliate link. I do get a financial kickback from this. It doesn't cost you extra, but it does benefit the channel if you do click on that. So I will encourage you to check out that link, and you will get a percentage off your next purchase with Melodics if you go ahead and sign up under me. So check it out down below. I'll catch you back in the video.